What's going on, everybody? We are back. Happy New Year to everybody, 2024. This is the first episode of the year and the first episode back of the Play Podcast by your boy, man, Gary Porter, man, Mr. Coach. What you gonna call you, Coach or man, Kenny? What you want to call you?
Coach Kenny. That's what the streets call me, man.
Coach Tupac. You know, I don't know what you want to go by. You get niggas on a podcast, right? And they want to go by different names and shit. So you don't
call me Charleston White.
Charleston Kenny. We starting off the new year right. This nigga say Charleston White, man. You crazy, bro. What you think about what he be saying about Dion, bro?
Man, he a hater.
You think
he knows some truth. Of course, he's from the city, so he gonna know some stuff we don't know. But man, I feel like he a hater a little bit. We gotta big up our black homies like that. Especially the ones who doing right. He doing positive, man. You can't talk about his divorces and stuff. What's that, man?
I mean, you know, I don't know, bro. I just heard he was getting he is getting divorced from Babyface wife.
Yeah. Babyface wife is crazy, though.
Miss Edmonds, I love you.
Me too. Okay.
You in love?
Yeah, I love Miss Edmonds. But today we got a very, very special guest. Actually, the first woman. You are the first woman on the podcast.
Nice, I'm honored.
What I call you, Coach Tiff. Y'all got these aliases. I don't know what to call. This is my friend at that too. We gonna leave that out. The Bowsher head coach. Your accolades speak for themselves. You can play college ball. Was it DePaul? Seton Hall. I'm sorry. I'm thinking about somebody. Lords and Seton Hall.
Big time.
How many times you go to the Final Four?
Once.
Went to the Final Four.
State runner-up.
State runner-up.
Big time.
Anything else I'm forgetting?
I don't know.
Anyway, we got the head coach of Bowsher High School, Blue Racers. I don't know why y'all changed the name from Rebels, but we gonna
know why? Racist.
It was the racist.
It was, that's why they changed it. It was racist.
Yeah.
So y'all tell me, what was racist about being called a rebel?
Well, what it stands for and the logo and everything, from what I understood. They did that a couple of years ago.
It was a Confederate logo.
Yeah.
It was
On the
Confederate.
horse holding
So the
flag.
Confederate flag is racist?
Gary, you don't know that?
I'm just saying, I see it on cars and trucks. And
Yeah, they're
You
racist.
see 'em
Go the other way. Keep the thing on you.
I don't be knowing. I don't know.
Don't say too much. Just go ahead about your business.
I don't have no idea what was going on. But how you feeling, man? How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
You was at Maumee Valley last year.
Yes.
You skated on them. No, I'm fucking.
Wow. Wow.
I'm fucking. I had to fuck with you a little bit. I had to mess with you a little bit. I got to loosen you up.
Cool.
But you was at Maumee last year, and now you at. Say this is your home for this. Where you started, right?
I started high school my freshman year. I played at Bowsher my freshman and my sophomore regular season.
Y'all was loaded for real, wasn't y'all?
Yes, my freshman year we had Stephanie Johnson, Tierra Roberts, myself, Sierra Palmer.
Sierra Palmer, who?
Yeah.
I thought
she was a starter.
I thought she just said
she was
the
a starter. Toya Jenkins. Who else did we have? I mean, we had a nice group. We had probably the best freshman class that year come in as well. I mean, Tay Carswell, Sierra Hudson. We had a really, really good group, and those groups came up from, like, Burndale. They were, like, good players and stuff like that.
Women's basketball was that. Like,
it was good,
It was fun to watch.
It was different.
we was coming to see y'all over going to see some dudes.
Exactly. No, for real.
No, like, seriously, like, I remember them runs, like, nigga, I'm not going to watch them niggas. I ain't gonna say who was ass in men's basketball that year, but if you was ass that year, you know who you are.
You know who they are.
Well, that's when it was a fight for the Final Four. Like I would tell my girls all the time, I'm like, y'all don't know the new City League is much different than it was when we came up because we had Clay, we had Central Catholic, we had the St. John, St. Ursula, Notre Dames were in the City League at that point. So it was a real dog fight trying to make it to the Final Four of the tournament. So for us, that was tough. I mean, my freshman year, we was tied up with start, and we had to win the game against them to even make it into the Final Four that particular year. So it was way more competitive, and I mean, I honestly feel like it was one of the best times ever. I mean, I learned so much coming in and being a freshman starting varsity. It was a lot, but it was dope.
Right there to play freshman at that time.
At that time, yeah, when you played.
Myself and Natasha Howard was the first two freshmen to really start varsity and play like crucial minutes. Like we started and played like the whole game.
You bring up Natasha Howard. Shout out to Natasha.
Yeah.
We need you on the show, baby girl. We waiting for you. We need you. They always talking. They pull up. Listen, we get cussed out by Natasha, but I tell them, if y'all worry about this noise in the background, we are recording live. You know, we don't edit nothing. Real podcast, and they got games in the back. We at the gym, but I get cussed out so much about Natasha. I'm like, do y'all know I'm a fan? Like I went to the games, like I was there, but I don't, me. I'll tell you, kiss my ass while I explain it to you. But we get cussed out about she doesn't get her flowers. Do you feel like that?
I do, but I do feel like there's a lot of people who do give her flowers. I think the city in general is doing better at trying to give people their flowers, but definitely I don't think that she gets slighted at all. I know a lot of people feel like she does, but, I mean, she got a key to the city. I know she has her own street or something by weight, I believe, or something like that. They did honor.
I was there when
I
she
do
got
know
the
they
key.
did, and I could be wrong. I know they did honor her with something in weight, maybe 2 years ago, possibly.
I remember she got the key.
Yep. And so, could it have been more? Yes, but I think it's also an awareness thing that the city is trying to do better at recognizing those people. But hands down, I'm a true fan. We grew up playing together all through elementary, junior high school, we competed against each other, but we also were teammates in AAU. So a lot of people don't know that we were big rivals and we went against each other head to head for years, but we actually played AAU basketball together with Michigan Crossover. And we tore up the city. Her, Natasha Howard, Brianna Jones that played at Central Catholic, Sharice Calhoun, who played for Central Catholic, which all went to Division I programs. Sharice Calhoun went to Oakland. Brianna Jones went to Illinois and then finished at University of Toledo. We all played together at AAU in the, for a Nike team. So we were, they called us them Toledo girls, and we used to tear them up. It was fun. It was a good time. But, I'm a true fan. She's doing her thing in the WNBA and overseas. I'm just super proud of her because of what she's overcome individually. And then, she's putting on for the city. I love to see it. Because
I always see that, man. We don't sugarcoat nothing. We see it every day. Like, it irritates me because I used to be able to do it, argue on social media. I got away from it a long time ago because I hate when they try to pin her and Zaya.
Yeah, yes.
And I tell y'all, Zaya is
hands down.
Zaya.
Yeah.
Like,
but the problem is, stop trying to compare them. They came up into the era. They can both be great within themselves without y'all trying to say who's the GOAT. They both the GOAT, if you ask me.
Yeah.
I got to witness Natasha on a different level, and she always have been special and played the way she's played. I got to see Zaya from a coaching standpoint because I was on Roger's staff her freshman year when she was getting ready to come in, and then I went and coached at Owens. So I got to see she is a true gym rat. I have never in my life seen a player, and I've seen and played with some of the greatest players work as hard as Zaya Cook has worked. I mean, she puts the work in, and she's a true competitor, and she's hungry. So when it comes to that debate, who's the GOAT, Natasha? You don't compare them. You can say that Zaya is the GOAT without taking away from Natasha being the GOAT too as well. My GOAT is gonna always be Natasha because she came up with me, but Zaya, hands down, is a GOAT. She's accomplished so much, but again, you can give her that title without taking away from Natasha.
Yeah, I don't like that. Because we a small city, we don't never like.
No, they both.
Can we just stop the arguments, y'all? We're gonna put on the show today. Stop the comparison. Stop the arguments. Yes. They both two ladies I love my kids to look up to.
Yes,
and take
absolutely.
it after. They both can beat some niggas. We know that for sure.
They have. Already have.
And my son, like his whole, listen, he studies Zaya tapes.
Yeah.
You study that footage. Like you said, it was two different eras. Like, social media wasn't big back then. You had to rush home and watch the news. Don't worry, ladies, y'all can go by.
I see my players are sneaking by. They scared. Have a good night, ladies.
They was putting that work in.
Putting that work in. But you know who my goat is though. I don't think I even told Kenny this. Jaslyn Davis.
Oh,
Jaslyn Davis and Sharice. Sharice and Jaslyn.
yeah. Boone was special.
Boone was special. Her and Jaslyn.
Special.
I always say Sharice was Zaya before Zaya. To me.
Yeah. Work ethic, for sure.
Like, that game was just like, I could sit there and watch them all day.
Killer.
I could sit in the gym, watch Zaya work. I could sit there and watch Sharice work. Like, they was just, it was just two different eras, too. You know, but Jaslyn, though, let me tell you about Jaslyn Davis.
Tear zone up.
I got kicked out of school, so I had to go to Robinson, right? So I met them there. And we go to the gym. I'm sitting down, I'm like, stretching. I'm ready to hoop. She get picked first before all the dudes. I'm like, hell no. And we get out there, man. She torched our whole junior high team, bro.
She was
like,
serious.
Every day, bro, like every gym class.
Jazz
Niggas used to sneak in there and watch her just play her and Crystal, man. Rest her soul, Crystal.
Yeah, rest in peace.
But enough of that. Let's get into it. Bowsher, head coach. When did you know you want to play ball? Do your kids know that you was nice?
Yeah, they know. A lot of people try to tell them. I jump out there every once in a while and show them a thing or two.
Like, do they just be like, Coach Tiffani, you know, because we older now. They be like, man, you know, do they hit you with the old school? Like,
they try to. And I try to tell them, like, I'm still young. They try to make it seem like I'm the old coach with some of the new. Like, yeah, they don't know. I'm not old. I'm young still. But, like, it's different because being older now, I am older and they are younger. And some of the stuff, I'm like, what is y'all talking about? Like, my stuff that I like to do is old. Like, what? I think I'm still cool. But, yeah, they kind of know. You know, some of them have learned, and then, you know, humbly, a lot of people, when we play different games, referees will kind of tell them, you know, try to tell them, like, y'all know who your coach was, so it's cool. They respect it, though, so.
With the coaching, what was different when you left Maumee Valley? Like, what was like? How did it feel like you had to leave, like your first coaching gig? Yeah, because you made a lot of progress over there. Because I was over there. I did. They sucked for a while. Yeah, you got there and you did some noise.
Yeah, we did. We turned it around there. My biggest thing there, I loved Maumee Valley. The organization was great. Athletic director Rob Conner, I love him to death. That's my dude. He gave me my first opportunity as a head coach. And so he always would have a special place in my heart. And the girls, everyone there was great. My biggest issue was that I couldn't build the program how I wanted to build it. Numbers will always be an issue for schools like that, especially in the girls program. And it's an issue everywhere, not even just in Maumee Valley. The numbers is always an issue nowadays since COVID. So we're not getting as many kids coming out and wanting to play. And so, I was at Maumee Valley for 2 years as a head coach, and I had at most 7 girls. And so last season when I was there, I ended the season with just 6. We had a winning record, and we also ended up finishing second in attack. But when you're trying to build a program and you're trying to create a standard, only having 6 girls is very difficult. So what I mean about a standard is that I have rules and I have things that I implement to help with discipline, but also help with structure of the program. When you only got 6, you got to put up with certain things that you probably wouldn't put up with if you had the numbers, which goes against every principle I have as a coach and as someone who wants to build a legacy in a program. And so that was my biggest issue and why I chose to leave, which was an open conversation with the school and everything. Because, again, if one player is sick, one player gets hurt, which I had 7 at the beginning of last year, one player got hurt halfway through and I ended up with 6. So if I have a disciplinary issue, I got to have 5 to start the game. So if I lose 2, I got 4, and now I penalize everybody else for 1. So that was always my battle. And so that bothered me more than it helped me sometimes, because I wanted to implement certain things, but at the sake of like 3 seniors not finishing a game because I got to suspend her for not doing something, or I have to kick someone off the team because of being a cancer or something like, because you want to teach values and principles to the girls. And so that was the biggest thing. So when I heard of the opportunity of Coach Dorn retiring on the girls' side here, to be honest, I wasn't interested at first. I was happy at, Maumee Valley. I knew I wanted to get to TPS in Division I, But then I was like, someone put a little chirp in my ear, and I was like, I didn't know if I felt like I was good enough for it. You know what I mean? Like I knew I could coach, I knew the thing, but I don't know if I had 100% really thought that I was ready for that step up. And then someone who I respect their opinion said something to me, and I was like, okay, what the heck? Went after it, and it was a done deal from there. So very blessed and honored to be in this position. It's different. It's more responsibility again. I have, almost, 18 girls, and so that's
God damn.
Yep. So that between both teams, I have a JV team now, which I didn't have before, and so that was the growth and the expansion that I wanted, so that I can grow as a coach and then try to build a good program.
Exactly. Need the numbers for the program. 18 is a solid
I
number.
know you're talking to the mic, sir.
Oh, my bad.
Hey, and everybody wondering, like, it's 3 people. I lost the cord. I bought another mic. I lost the
Come
cord.
in, you good. We good. Come in.
I lost the cord. Hey, I can't help.
You had one job to do, Gary.
I had one job to do.
One job.
One
I left the cord at
man.
D&B's.
That's it.
One cord.
That's it.
Is that D&B's because he was eating nachos and stuff?
Oh, sure.
I was drinking Laker. But damn, you gave it. I didn't think you was gonna go deep while you left. I usually don't ask questions like that. I didn't get my stuff together. So with the coaching, you switch over to the program. You get here. How was you embraced? Like, how did the girls take you in?
They took me in pretty nice. It's different because again, they didn't have a winning record last season. Despite, again, having some decent players to put upon. So changing the culture and trying to change their mindset to more of a winning mindset is difficult.
Sure.
I despise bad basketball. So, you have some kids that are just used to just going out, throwing the ball up, just going through the motions. That is not me. So I had to nip that in the bud quick, and it was uncomfortable for them. You know what I mean? I have a high standard, and I talk a lot, so they gonna hear me because I ain't gonna shut up. I'm gonna talk. I'm gonna let them know what's up. So it was a challenge at first, not a bad one though. And they bought in. And I saw the change early in our summer league games. I saw it. I started turning, and we still working it because again, when you're used to a certain level of play and you have lost, it's kind of hard to change from a loser's mentality, which they have a lot of control over, to a winner's mentality, which is not about wins and losses. It's more so about how you approach the game, how you prepare, how you practice, everything down to how you put your uniform on. Do you tuck your shirt and do you just come out and just look any type of way? When you warm up, do you just go through it? Do you warm up hard and be sharp and do things right? It's everything. And so that's the thing I try to instill into them, is that a winner's mentality is far more than just winning a game. It's how you approach, how you prepare, what you do in the off season. Sure. Winners is going, after a losing season, they're in the gym.
Exactly.
Going hard all summer until the next season so they can prove and show, hey, I'm back. Loser, season over, they don't touch a ball for 6 months.
I'm gone.
You know what I mean? And so letting them know, being the first one in the gym, getting shots up before practice, getting shots up after practice. How many people, when practice over, just run out and get out and go? So just trying to change the culture, change the mentality, and then just teach them that it's earned, it ain't given. They know if you don't come out, if you don't practice right, if you don't play hard, then you won't play. It ain't given to you. You gonna earn it. We gonna earn it, and I don't care if you're the worst player or the best player. If you earn that playing time, you gonna get it all day. So.
Got me ready to play. I'm coming to coach.
Everything. I'm sitting here thinking like,
Let's go.
give a nigga 40.
Feel me? Give me a wig. I'm out there like Joanna,
Come
man.
on.
You feel me?
All right, man. We're going to have a Cat Williams episode. We'll have a Cat Williams. Now, what's a question I want to ask? I got so many subjects I want to ask you because you're my friend. I'm comfortable. If Ed Choice, how do you feel about the Ed Choice program? Because I'm watching TV today, watching the news on my old man stuff, and I see St. John's pop on with a commercial promoting that they got Ed Choice.
Oh, do they?
Now, back when we was in school, we never heard it. You pay or you don't play. You know what I'm saying? So, or you better figure it out.
They had them few scholarships for them certain ones. It was always.
And now y'all tell me if y'all two tell me I'm wrong. I feel that now they're seeing that there's some kids like, man, you know what? I'm gonna go over here and take my chances. You might have a Daryl Barnett or a Davion, or there's other kids that's in the city leagues and girls that's at the city, like the young lady at Start. They see them going to certain public programs. So they like, no, we can't let that happen. Or you, Coach Rod, just use Coach Rod, for example. They see that and just be like, let's get this out here because we got to get the inner city kids back out there. How do you feel about that? Do you think that's a thing?
So Ed Choice is I think, like, for example, when I was at Mommy Bad, I would have loved if we had Ed Choice. I could have got girls to come out and play there, but it costs to go there. And when you think about, okay, I can pay to go here, or I can go to a public school and don't pay nothing and still, So I think Ed Choice is great in certain ways, but I think what's happening is that the private schools that are offering it does take away some of the inner city stuff, which is why TPS is struggling to even get the numbers to play. Right. And so I think there needs to be a common balance. And, one, Dr. Durant has done a fantastic job with the TPS and the programs and the things that he has. So I personally don't feel like our inner city kids have to go to the private schools to get an education. Mm-hmm. If you want an education, you're going to get it anywhere because it's kids at those schools that are flunking or not doing well. So I think I'm like 50-50 on it because, again, if I'm at Mommy Valley, I want an Ed Choice, which Mommy Valley now offers it. They just got this year. They offer it now.
Man. But it could have been 3 more years earlier, man.
Yes. God. But on the flip side of it, it worries me because, again, those programs pull away from the city when we lose our talent. Again, when you think about how many kids go to Central Catholic in those schools that actually would be going to a Scott, a Bowsher, a Start, where you continue to make the public schools more competitive. You know what I mean? Like the Waits and the Woodwards on the girls' side suffer big time. And again, before Sharice Eulis and Tatiana McNeil and them started that wave at Wait, they struggled too. But again, they had Boom and them left. Yeah. You know what I mean? They wouldn't have had that then, so they built that up. And so I think it takes away from it. And I'm kind of afraid to see how that impacts the numbers going forward. And so I think, like, right now, why coming to Bowsher is so important is because I don't care if they can't play basketball or not. I want them in the program because you have to build the numbers up and show kids that they want to do more. We're trying to push for more involvement for the JV teams and the freshman teams so that they have something to work towards so that we can get the numbers up and they don't have to go to an outer, another school, a private school to play, you know what I mean? And so Ed Choice, I think, is a good thing for those because, again, there's special kids and we have gifted kids that I think deserve to go to those particular schools and programs. But, again, I also think that we don't need it. You know what I mean? We can stay and go to TPS and be TPS proud. I was a TPS kid, and I believe in everything Dr. Durant's doing. So I might 50-50.
I love it. I can actually say, man, Dr. Who was on the internet? I want to say it was Coach Key. What he doing for TPS? Because I actually say I was one of them kids. You're going to St. Francis. You're going to Central. You're going to but St. Francis ain't work out. We went to Scott, and now he's going to school after high school. Yeah. Into a trade. He's been learning these trades, and back when we was going to school, it was all about, man, you got us passing. I don't know a lick of Spanish at all. All the math, extra stuff I didn't know, but they more hands-on with the kids, and it was, I felt like foolish after he got there and he learned, and the things with the programs and the things they doing within TPS is lovely. I would love for them to step it up with the athletics. Like some of these coaches, they need the help. They need it. When the coach cooking, let them cook. I hate they poke at that. That's another subject. We ain't gonna deep down and rabbit hole with that. Kenny, you got something you want to say, man? Get off your chest, man. Get off your chest. Say it.
Man, I love TPS. We just got to do a better job in leading our kids to the right coaches and stuff. For real. I think it's a black eye on it because we get so much negative media when we have fights in school and stuff like that. And, fights and stuff happen everywhere.
Everywhere.
Like Tiff said, the education level is pretty much the same as
If not better.
public and campus, because they definitely dropped the level at Central for sure. Not to
Yeah, I know, kid.
take the knock at Central.
Hey,
but
listen, hey, Central Catholic, man. You know what? We heard, man. We heard about it. We've been gone a minute, man. You know, we've been gone a minute. We back. And if any, you know, that person that told that kid to go to the office and not be on my show, it's my nephew.
he's still gonna be on the show.
Still gonna be on my show. He still got a scholarship, and he was a senior. And listen, I would never trash a program with kids or tell kids not to go nowhere. So I don't know where it insinuated. We just spoke on the subject with one of our sisters that was in your program, and we didn't take a side. The guest spoke what he said.
See, the problem I think is, so let's use Central as the example since we're talking about Central.
Go ahead.
Is the football team. They did a spectacular job. You know, they won the state championship back to back. They got some kids going to college, but it's about 20 other kids that's not getting the looks and love that they needed. They not getting the playing time that they needed, because in football and any sport you need film. And if you're not getting the film, then you don't get the looks to go to college. And then I know a couple kids personally who don't even want to continue to play football because of their experience.
And came out of our league too.
Exactly, and it's like I don't dislike you guys over there, but it's like, man, don't lower y'all standards to take all the kids away. You know what I mean? Just to hold them is what I feel like. Because it was kids that could have went to Scott Start, Bowsher, Whitmer, anywhere else, and they would have got the chance to play.
And got that film.
Exactly, man. So now you got kids over there.
And the only why we bringing this up, because we heard, I let y'all, see, this is a thing, man.
We heard about y'all.
We heard about what you said, man. You said it. You said it.
It got bagged.
That was
you
my
know what?
nephew. You ain't know that.
I say you flip it back on the parents too. The parents, we got to stop just thinking that that's the only way, the only programs that would actually help your kid get to the next level.
I agree.
You know what I mean? So I think it's like it's some accountability on the other end too. It's like,
Yeah,
you
most
know,
definitely.
And you gotta know when you got that win in this program, if you ain't out there on a dog on the court, on the field or court, whatever, you ain't gonna play.
Exactly.
It's harder because the expectation there is different. That's a powerhouse program, so it's a little bit different. So I think some parents need to kind of think about that. Like, if you want the playing time and you don't want to wait it out, which again ain't nothing fair. And I don't know all the details, so I'm not a fan of don't hold film no matter if they playing or not. Let them get it to help them kids out. But at the same time, that's why some of them kids need to be staying in TPS and stay at home. Like I said, I mean, even my girls on my team, I got 4 of my players, actually 5. 1 girl on JV, 4 on my varsity. Don't even go to Bowsher. They go to Toledo Early College. 1 goes to the pre-med program there too, but they live in Bowsher District.
That's
so
crazy. TPS got a pre-med.
Listen, it's dope.
I'm about to make some more babies so they can go to TPS now.
Whoa.
Oh wow, that escalated quickly.
I'm just playing.
Not me.
Yeah, I'll sit that one out.
No more kids.
Yep, I'll sit that one out for sure. One and done.
I do it. I do
One
it
and
all. I'm sorry for the shock value, y'all. It's been a while.
Well, there is a couple people out there that, you know, I might have some babies with. I was thinking about, you know.
Think about playing the seed.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I mean,
Making some super athletes.
What you gotta
but
do? Make sure you
know,
invite me to the baby shower.
For sure.
Let me DJ.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll help with some games. Gotcha.
But it was that we talked about the Erica. What's her last name?
Haney.
We had talked about that, and you know somebody had a problem, but it wasn't that. And I wish people would watch episodes and not clips,
Exactly.
Watch the
because they watched the clip. We had Brian Lee on the show. You know that dude's not about this. It's not. It's not. You know, he's not gonna hold his tongue. And we talked about it, and that's what podcast's for. And that episode went crazy. No
Ready
subject.
for part 2, people.
Yes, part 2 is coming very, very soon. We're gonna make a regular guest like O.J. Simpson be a guest on Cam Newton. That's how we're gonna do it.
Do that.
Yeah. Chime
Brian
in.
Lee is our O.J. Simpson.
I promise.
When we want some, he like Bernie Mac. He say the shit you can't say. That's how he is. Nigga he crazy. But now, Tiff, you can't talk about this next subject. I ain't about to put you in that position, but you can if you want to. What's happening at Start High School?
I'm not privy. I'm lost.
What, the coach? Or?
Oh, my boy.
Nobody but the program. It's content. How y'all feel about that? You don't say no. I don't want to get you in. I mean, you can't even want to.
I don't have an opinion. I'm praying for the whole situation because at the end of the day, the kids miss out, and I know the coach, had a lot of good things going on with the kids and
it's wonderful
for them.
program.
So it's just an unfortunate situation, and I'm just praying for all parties, and hopefully he ends up on the right side of it. Like I said, I don't have an opinion.
Love you, Matt.
I just
Love you, Coach
again
Matt.
want to
Listen, man, we
send
gonna say
prayers
this.
to him and the kids and make sure that they
And I
can
didn't
out.
bring it up to try to get no views on it, but I did bring it up to say this, man. Coach Matt, we love you.
Yep.
We riding for you. We riding with you. I want the people behind whatever was going on. I don't know the details. I usually read paperwork. I just got done reading the rapper BG paperwork, actually. I don't care what it is. No, that ain't true.
Okay.
I'll tell you later. I think in life we're human and we put on this earth to make mistakes.
Yeah.
Not saying you did it or not, but I think in this subject, I hope they think about those kids, think about those babies, and think about what that man brings. I don't like that he can't be on the sideline. Yeah. I hate it.
Right.
Even though I hate him.
Convicted of nothing.
I hate him beating us. I did hate that. I didn't like that. I hate it.
That's crazy.
We still never beat Coach Matt. And Moan, we seen you be started the other day. That wasn't Coach Matt.
Yeah.
That wasn't Coach Matt.
So it wasn't Matt. It wasn't Matt, though. But he
But,
beat Stark.
I want to say, man, we riding with you, bro. I want you to know that if you see this clip, which I'm probably going to send it to your phone, I called you twice and you answered.
We need that interview, bro.
But things like that, like you think, how can I put it? We go through hard stuff, man. Like, do you think that should be a knock against his legacy over there? Be real. We grew up in the hood. We all know criminals.
For sure.
I'm not saying you're a criminal, but for
I mean,
the work is the
some
work.
of our politicians and people we see that
They the
we
biggest
put on the
criminals.
pedestals are the biggest criminals. We all
Church
make
every
mistakes
Sunday.
too, man. So I just feel like I view it as an honest mistake.
Yeah,
No matter what, you know what I'm saying? He didn't really hurt nobody or anything like that. He made a mistake, which is going to hurt him in the end. But at the end of the day, I
I
think
can
it
show
can
you
be
a coach
used
that
as a
ain't in
lesson.
TPS that's in a very well school did some weird, freaky shit.
Man, they always happen, man. We ain't gonna talk about the one who was considered one of the best coaches around here. He was in all type of scandals. But we ain't in, you know.
Hold
So
on,
we
what's
ain't
going
gonna get
on,
into
nigga?
You know, man. I mean, I like the guy, so I ain't gonna say his name. But we
Yes,
all
I'm pro.
know.
I'm pro Coach Madden. Yes, I'm throwing other coaches under the bus. Maybe you got a problem, Coach Madden. You got a problem with me. So,
But I don't think again, his legacy is his legacy. People make, like you said, we all make mistakes. We all fall short of expectations of others, but that's between him and God. And I think he's done an amazing job in his tenure of coaching. And again, he'll still be the same in my eyes, no matter what the outcome of everything
definitely.
is
I
when it
feel
comes to that.
bad for that school because we know
need
the trouble that they go through.
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
keep a lot of kids safe and out of stuff. You know what I'm
Church,
saying? Exactly.
everything.
He
Got
give
him
them
playing golf,
positive, exactly.
doing different things. So he's done some amazing things. So
Sure.
yeah, definitely praying for that situation.
Because they don't got nothing what I'm about to say. There's a rat somewhere.
For sure.
I think it's deal. I'm gonna go down a rabbit hole with it. Somebody, this is my opinion. Somebody wouldn't dug that up and threw it on because he, what he did and what he's doing over there. And I still think it's not over. And TPS, we do not let them white folks come get him. Because white people get you, they love you, man. We got them hotel, they don't take Tiffany. Once they get hurt, they don't come back. And once white folks
That's
get
what
you,
happened. They'll pick him up. Man.
white folks, they wait for
Dusty
him.
Marvin,
Dusty
man.
Marvin. As you see it on TV.
Exactly. Over
Coach
winning
Nick,
that
yeah.
Napoleon or something.
Yeah,
Like, what
Napoleon
the hell
taking
is going on?
state titles. But yeah, man, most definitely prayers to Coach Matt though. Damn, just show we want it. Show we want it.
Hey, man, the facts is the facts. Sometimes we can't hide from what go on. We just talk about it a little bit, address it, move on.
So you get you went to the States with Start, right? Mm-hmm. How was that run? Tell me about that team.
Special team. Probably, I talk about them probably more than anything because we were special. We didn't have a really big team. Like, we didn't have, like, 10 girls. Like, we really only went to state with, like, 8 of us, like 9 of us. So that group was special because we held each other accountable. We were gym rats. We did whatever it took to win. And we wasn't afraid of calling each other out. Like, it's been practices, and I joke with my girls. I said, y'all couldn't have played with us. Y'all feelings would have been hurt. Because it was days in practice where you'd be thinking, like, do y'all even like each other? We was that competitive, though. You know, and then if one person wasn't on their stuff and they messing up, hey, come on, get it together. Let's go. I just feel like that group was just real special. That run to states, we were very prepared. Like, we were the type of players, like, coach might call out something. If we didn't really feel it, we like, hey, this is what we gonna do. And as long as it worked, coach ain't had no problem, which they did such a great job at scouting the other teams we played, so we were prepared. We knew kind of what to expect, and so we knew our roles, and we just did it. And at the end of the day, that run was probably one of the best time of my life. Like, I think about it even as an adult, just how fun it was beating those teams that they didn't think we could beat. And then getting down there and then going through all the media stuff. They treated us so well, and it was just a once-in-a-lifetime experience. And, again, I got to do it with my sisters, who we all still talk to this day. Malika Kennard, Yanala Richardson, Asia Bishop, Jamie Jackson, all those. We just really had a very special group of girls that just bought in, and we was just like, listen, we doing whatever we got to do to win. And that particular year, I set out, because I had transferred from Bowsher to start. So I didn't play that run to state. I didn't play the whole regular season up until the city championship run. Wow. Yeah, so I had to sit out a year to the day that I transferred. So my whole thing, like, when I had to go to court, with OSHA about playing. And one thing I remember I told Dr. Ross, who's now deceased, he was sitting on the board, I let him know, I'm like, listen, I'll see you at states, because I feel like if I got to sit the whole season, I only have, like, 4 games guaranteed at that point. So in order for me to have a season, I'm like, we got to go to states, y'all. That was the mind. I'm like, we got to go to states. So I remember telling him that when I went to court in Columbus to try to fight to play. And he was the person that handed me my state runner-up medal. And I told him, I said, I told you I was going to see you here. I did. I told him. So that was, like I said, that group was just special, and we all just unselfishly just played the game how it was supposed to be played, and just, did what we had to do. But it was fun. Yes, definitely fun.
Yeah, I hear a lot that teams like that are really player-ran teams. The coaches do their job, but the players really do everything to make sure that they win and go as far as they can.
Yep, absolutely. Shout out to Coach Bob Brown, Leon Kennard, and Fleming, Coach Fleming, Sean Fleming. And it's crazy because I coached against my coach that coached me recently. So we scrimmaged. We actually played Whitmer at the end of the year, so Coach Leon is coaching at Whitmer. Sean Fleming, my other sister, he's the athletic director over there at Whitmer. And then even last year, I'm coaching against coaches
that. Is that Sean Daddy? Oh, okay.
But I'm coaching against coaches that I came up playing with and under, who taught me the game, who I also played against. So it's like a complete, a complete transition for that. So it's fun. It's fun.
That's dope. I would have loved to do that.
So before we even get to going, I want to give you your flowers and say we thank you from the community to coming back and pouring into your community, your old school, getting up with these kids. I know personal life, like you're a mom, so you put all that into one. We just want to say, man, we appreciate you. We love you. And what you're doing, keep pushing, sis. And, just keep being great.
Thank you. We'll do. Appreciate it.
Send all them girls to Bowsher. That's where they going.
Yep, come to Bowsher.
So she gonna be in states with them and send them to college. That's what we doing over here at Bowsher.
Yes.
And that's and how was the recruiting and getting them to get a school to look at them? How was that? Like, how was that process?
So that process is different, which, now I'm in a realm where I'm getting kids that want to go to the next level. So it's about building a connection. So, I have a lot of connections with a lot of the coaches in the area. One from being a player, so that helped a lot, being a player and coaches knowing, and then just the kids that play AAU. So there's always this misconception that high school coaches is what helps kids get to college. Yes, it is, but it actually comes from them playing AAU on a high circuit level, not the lower circuits, but it comes from AAU, and then that just kind of starts piquing the interest, and then college coaches will start talking to your high school to either look at more film and do that. Now, if you have a kid that's talented and want to play, and maybe they don't play AAU, or they haven't got enough looks early on, maybe they blossom late, then that's where we come in, and, I'll send film out or I'll make some phone calls, and so, that's an area that, I've sent kids to college, not necessarily for basketball yet, and so I'm excited to send, my first official high school kid there,
Sure.
you know what I mean, because it is a process. So, really it's just about connections, getting them in front of the right play and playing against the best players, because, again, when I was coming up, I got to look because I played against Natasha in one particular area. But then when I was a freshman playing with Stephanie Johnson, Bowling Green, UT, and all those schools was looking at her. So I got offered based off of they went to see her, saw me, and then now I got BG and them looking and UT looking at me at the time. So like that was it's sometimes about who you position with. You got a good teammate that's ball on it, and they got a coach coming to see her. Guess who they have no choice but to see in the gym? Me, if I'm here. So I got to take advantage of my opportunity, because now you might leave. And that's how it works. I mean, again, I can only speak from experience. It's like, I remember playing the open gym. I mean, our open gyms, when we was at start, we had every college coach in the gym at all times. Like, you can ask anybody that came up. Girls used to want to come to our open gym because we'll have Kentucky, Michigan State, Michigan. We had Minnesota at one of my practices before, UT. I mean, BG. We had always had multiple college coaches flying in to come to our open gym because we started 5 Division I commits. So we were heavily recruited, so they all was coming to see us play. So, we come in the gym. So girls wanted to come to the gym because it's coaches in there. We want to see them. So I never forget, I was already committed to Seton Hall. I had already verbaled and committed, but I remember going against a player that was committed to Michigan State. I'm giving her buckets. By the time I get home from open gym, guess who my dad's voicemail? Michigan State. But I had already committed, which, Michigan State had a great thing. We had a lot of girls from Toledo go to Michigan State and did great things, but that's how that game works. So iron sharpens iron. You can't duck the smoke or the girls that's the best, you know what I mean? And that brings the vibe around you, and now everybody, okay, who's that? Now you got somebody looking at you who might not have saw you had you not been in the gym with somebody else that was looking at, so.
That work.
Absolutely. You just got to put it in. So, our recruiting process is just, if the girls is hungry want to go, we'll find them somewhere to go. It's somewhere for you to play.
Exactly.
And the good thing is that our schools in our backyard is recruiting here. So, Lawrence is interested in some of my players.
Shout out to Lawrence.
Yeah, absolutely.
Seton Hall, how was that experience?
Great. Really great. I got to play so the coach that recruited me wasn't the coach that I played for. I played for Ann Donovan there, and she's in like every women's Hall of Fame ever. Rest in peace to my coach. She passed a couple years ago. She passed. But she was amazing. I learned a lot from her. Learned a lot from them girls out there. Just a different type of ball. So yeah, definitely. A great experience.
How long was you here?
I was there for my freshman and part of my sophomore year.
And then you leave there. Like, was it what made you leave?
So I actually lost my grandmother, and being that far away from home, I was always used to my family being at every game. So, you have some kids whose families really don't come, and it's not a big thing. But that was a part that I didn't realize it was a big piece of me. And so I miss, you're a freshman, you playing. I might be playing. I might not play so much one game, and then you get out of the game, and you just walking back to the dorm. You know what I mean? And, like, we had a good family, so, like, our local kids there, their families always brought us in, and we did stuff together, but it's different. Sure. And then, of course, my parents flew out and came to games and stuff like that, but it's nothing like every game knowing that you got that support there and then walking on due. So I had lost my grandmother, and that was, like, the first time I had lost somebody. So I was kind of, like, going through, like, emotionally where I felt like I wanted to be closer to home. And so, you know, it was just best for me to come back. And I honestly was going to come back and not even play ball. I'm not even going to hoop. Because I wanted to come back in and go to like a UT or Michigan State. But see, the portal, it wasn't really, there was a portal, but it wasn't really like that. And so when you go in, they already have their rosters. It's not that easy just to transfer over. And especially if you ain't scoring 20 and 10 already in a program. It's not that easy, especially because of, you know, there. And so, and then also when you transfer Division I, NCAA Division I to Division I, you have to sit out. And so Lords took all my credit. So I felt like I was one of the special athletes that I didn't just need basketball. Like I had the other side of me, the student part that I felt like I could make it either side. Some people can only make it in a sport.
For sure.
They don't have anything else to fall back on. I did. So at the time, I'm like, well, Lords will take all my credits. I won't have to start over in credits because Seton Hall was a private Catholic school, and so is Lords. So I'm like, whatever, I ain't going to play. I'll just go to Lords, finish out. I'm going into my junior year soon, so I'm just going to do that. And then Coach Dorn actually called me while I was in Seton Hall still, before I had left. And he's like, Lords got a team, go play for me. Now look at me, I'm a Division I Big East player. I'm like, I'm not going to I'm like, I'm not playing for them, you know what I mean? That's just me being like, you know, I'm like, whatever. I'm like, I'm not playing for them. Like, what you mean? He's like, just give it a shot. So I did it. Best decision I made. Like, best decision I made. I mean, it was such a great experience. The school life and everything was very similar. The team and stuff was different, of course. They were building. So, again, they didn't have the school, like the facilities they had now. Right. It was the growing phase. It was a lot going on. But when it came down to playing, the comp level was pretty comparable because a lot of the girls we played in the IA, they came from Division I NCAA program. They were like transfers and stuff like that. So it really, the play and the level of play really didn't change. Of course, I didn't get as much gear and the free stuff. You know, it was a little bit different there, but I was still able to do what I loved and not have to give that up, you know what I mean, because of what I was going through at the time. So, you know, it worked out well, and I'm a proud Lords alumni. I sit on the Lords alumni board, and I do, yes. And I'm talking about love Lords. I push it. Anybody, if you're looking for a good school program, I mean, Lords is fantastic, and it's even better now than it was there. So I graduated there in 2014, and it was, like I said, it was one of the best decisions I made.
That's dope. What's up? That was beautiful.
You was one of the, damn. I'm sitting here.
She laid the foundation.
And everybody like, man, GP don't never shut up. But this is a very, I told B, man, before we got here, I said, man, she got a story. And these are things I just always want to ask you, but I know, like, I'm cool with Nate Miles, right? And I know how it probably irritates him for somebody to be like, what about little Nate Jr.? Well, why did you do this? Or why did you do that? I don't really want to bother people. Everybody know that as an athlete, like, they be one like, bro, I just want to. It's like me at DJ club or a podcast. I don't want to talk about this shit. Like, when I'm out, like, I might be out looking at a shirt and somebody's like, when you going to do another episode? Man, get the F away from me. Like, no. I don't want to. So it'd be stuff I just want to ask and just know, you know what I'm saying? And, man, I appreciate you giving us the opportunity to come here and Bowsher. And some people give us a hard time, like, well, I got to see about the building and bring you guys in. I know a little bit is from what dude did over at the other school. It wasn't right. But, man, there's something else. Oh, we talked about the deals. How do you think you would have flourished in today's game with the NIL deals, with the transfer portals and things like that?
I would even say just with social media alone, how they have this. Oh, we would have went crazy, man. What? I mean, I think it would have been
Tiffani,
listen.
Oh my God!
And we were like how we play, like even both teams, that Bowsher team and the Start team. Like if we had the social media and all this stuff going on, we did, it would have been crazy. Even with the deals and stuff like that, like which that type of stuff started when I was at Seton Hall. Like there was a big lawsuit and everything with the NCAA that we won, and they had to pay us money that they owed us. Like the NCAA had to pay us, and so that was when they started getting to a thing where the athletes wanted to make money because again, you know, that was a big thing. So I think it would have been a game changer. I wish I could do it all over again in this day. I'm like, what? Because again, it's all about the highlights. Like people, that's all they want to do is all about the highlights. Like a lot of these kids don't even have a basketball IQ, can't play, but because they can do a couple skill drills and dribble the ball fast and do a couple things on video, which is just a short clip of a little bit. Now you already think this player got game, but then when you put him in a game out here, you're like, what? But again, that's what sells. You know what I mean? That's what sells. They get the views, they get it up. Now, boom, endorsement. Boom, got this. You know what I mean?
I see some kids that's going on. They be like who's I just arguing with? We was talking about Bronny and Carmelo's son. Bronny IQ is NBA ready. I think nobody understands. He's really NBA ready. It's not because it was daddy's NBA ready.
No, he just got an IQ.
But you don't see.
He learned from Gilbert Arenas too. That was his trainer.
But they also don't see that the work he put in and all that. They just be like, "Oh, you're LeBron, dad. I mean, Dad, LeBron's your dad." And no, that dude IQ is good. If he don't have the heart thing, and he's on the team with a dog too. But I watched Carmelo's son the other day.
He's nice.
When he played, he's nice, but the highlights got you thinking something else. He is daddy.
Oh no, he's not his dad.
You got to think on his team might be his daddy.
I don't think he's strong enough to be like his daddy.
Yeah,
he started a little bit later, too.
Yeah,
he started
did.
late.
He was a late one.
I didn't know he was a junior. He must have reclassed or something. But when you look at these highlights, man, of these kids, I'm like, man, because I thought Scottie Pippen's son, not the one that's but the one that went to the league. Well, he still went to the league, how to be a dog. But yeah, how you thinking that's crazy.
But they're better than what they are.
But to bring up, that's what makes Zaya so, that keeps bringing up, make her so special. You seen the highlights, and you seen Kyrie and them just ain't getting under you. Kobe just ain't inboxing you. She had the game to go with the highlights, and she just wasn't the hype. And she still is aiming scratch. I feel in her professional career, she ain't scratched the surface yet.
I'm excited to see her next year because the thing about Zaya is that she's not satisfied. Like if she feel like she didn't play to her peak, Zaya's in that gym nonstop. She is working gym right. She is a true gym rat and she's a competitor, but she's also a winner. You gotta think about it. She's won state titles, championships. Like she hasn't lost, and that's the mentality that she takes on. You see what I'm saying? Like, so you don't just turn that off. Like it's in her. It's in her. Sure. So if you think Zaya ain't coming back next year for the Sparks, ready to go crazy. And she playing for Kurt Miller, BG's finest coach. Kurt Miller, that's my guy. Love him to death. Like, he recruited me when he was at Bowling Green, and we still keep in touch on social media and everything. One of the best coaches I've ever seen. And if you think she ain't she's going to go crazy next year. I'm very excited to see what she do. I'm for sure pulling up shit. I didn't get a chance this year, but I'm pulling up this year.
I think it was broke last summer. I couldn't go. PPP ran out.
We pulling up. In the Brinks truck.
I'm gonna got my money back now.
In the Brinks truck this year.
The Caitlin Clark. You think she's gonna do that in the WNBA?
See, she played with an edge. You know what I mean? She has a competitor spirit. So I'm about 60% of me feel like she can do that in a league. The other 40% is if she's going to be tough enough and strong enough to get that off, because you got to understand you going against the best of the best, and them girls, they dogs, you see what I'm saying? Now, because she can shoot the basketball, when you can shoot, you can pretty much play anywhere when you can shoot, because you need shooters in your offense. So even if she don't do everything else she does, one thing you know she can do is catch that thing and shoot it, and she can shoot it from deep. So that's that 60% that I feel like she'll be successful, at least in that, but I will be interested to see. But again, it ain't that many teams and that many spots too. So
that's what I was gonna say.
Ain't nothing cheaper than being in Iowa playing basketball, so she can't complain where she get drafted. Iowa. Anything I know, Iowa is sell dope. That's it. Cornfields.
He out of control.
White girls.
Gary, you out of control.
I'm just saying, man, there ain't nothing being worse. Like I know when we was watching Leah Boston go to Indiana, everybody like, man, she ain't going to. It ain't nothing worse.
Yeah, I'm about to say.
Which Aaliyah Boston is dope too. I coached her sister, so she has a sister that's like a year older than her.
Oh, she
who
do?
played for Owens. Played for me at Owens. Yep.
Yeah, her sister.
Yep. Her family is from the Virgin Islands. We knew her parents. So I said her sister when she was still in high school, played for Owens.
Oh, that's dope.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So it's funny. I knew about her before she kind of met, because I met her and they lived here. Her parents still lived in, Virgin Islands, Bahamas. Yep.
Troy, me and Troy, like, so big fans of Leo Boston. We be calling her Big Boston. Y'all see us put on Facebook like Big Boston. We really just watch her game. I love her game. You know, she remind me of this bully. I just want tall. Just a bully kitty. I think she gonna be one of the greats. Her game nasty. I love it. She remind me of like kind of a Lisa Leslie a little bit. Probably not with the athlete.
Tina Charles to me.
Okay.
She more of a Tina Charles to me, because of how dominant she was on that block. Like,
You mean Tina Thompson?
you couldn't, huh?
Tina Thompson?
Tina Thompson, I love Tina Thompson,
That's
but
what
I'm
she
saying
was-
she reminds me of a Tina Charles.
Okay.
So Tina Charles, she was just such a dominant force on that block, rebounding and doing everything, and Aaliyah just know how to move her body and everything. You know, Tina Thompson is one of my all-time favorite. Her, Short Swoops, and Lisa Les. Oh, I loved them. I'm talking about. I had their shoes. Short Swoops had shoes.
Yeah, my sister.
I had her shoes. I had her shoes and everything. I ain't play. I had the WNBA socks.
Yeah.
Like, WNBA had their own little, like the NBA.
Yeah.
I had the headbands. I had the whole nine. You couldn't tell me nothing. I
she was
swear.
dripping
I ain't play. My
comics,
daddy made sure I had it all.
Comments was crazy.
Thomas was doing it.
That was crazy.
Literally.
Who's my favorite? That's probably Don was one of my favorites. Cheryl Swoops. What's the other one, man? Tina. That whole team was my favorite. So.
Dawn's
Rebecca Lobo.
Oh, Rebecca Lobo. Nice.
Loved it.
Nice.
I just hope the WNBA can get back to that. Hopefully these NIL deals stop the ladies from going overseas.
They ain't gonna never stop that, because they don't make enough in the WNBA. They gotta go overseas.
But I think but don't you think, tell me if I'm wrong, y'all, the NIL deals will make kids start getting more money and kind of put pressure? You think that put pressure? Because I think it's putting pressure on the NBA a little bit. Now that they got the overtime leagues and stuff, now that they paying these kids for they get there.
I think that's gonna take away from me. You mean to tell me I can make money in college? Because these kids in college probably get more endorsement than some of the WNBA players.
That's what I'm about to say.
You know what I mean? Like, I feel like it takes away from it a little bit, because they making more money doing what they doing. So now they might stay in college a little bit longer. Because again, you gotta realize the WNBA really, those players play overseas because technically, financially, they have to, and the season isn't as long. So they only playing in the summertime from what, like May to August, and then like September is like the final round championship playoffs. So they're not making a whole lot of money. A lot of those girls, from what I've learned over the years, all of them don't even probably permanently live in the city they play in. They either, and I learned this from my head coach in college, Ann Donovan, when she used to tell us stuff like how they did things. But just now they're starting to evolve and do more, but it's still very early. Like, you got to understand that the WNBA has been around for a while, but not as long to grow how it needs to.
Exactly. They don't got the NBA years.
Yeah, they don't. And again,
but they owned by the NBA though. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, so they can.
I
feel like that's the only difference between us.
Would you choose that over choose a girls game over the boys?
I love girls basketball because they play the game so much more pure.
It's like
it's
more
even, like way
especially
more
now.
skill.
There ain't no politics. You ain't got no ref and they
exactly. If you throw the dunking in there now, you got people like that don't watch it gonna tune in.
But you know what? Them girls get more and more athletic. They actually, a lot of them girls is coming down dunking and stuff. Like, I feel like giving another couple of years and you're going to be seeing girls really flying. I mean, look at some of the girls that's playing in the NCAA right now, the girls game. They way more athletic. They getting up and they want to dunk. So when they train to be more explosive and do that. So, I mean.
Some of them girls better than some of these dudes who just taking these scholarships out there wasting and blowing my ticket on fans. Man.
You mad?
Dog,
you mad?
How is you a minus 2,000 favorite and go get handled by a motherfucker that ain't even ranked? Just be real. Bet made you look. Bet make you look real.
You be mad?
Listen, I don't want to look at my ticket when I get off. Be vengeance part, they're making a ticket right now. Look, you on right now.
It took me a month off because I done lost so much. I
can't do it.
I'm cool, man.
I can't do it. I don't like to lose my money.
I'm on 2 weeks. Salute Street serious, man. That's 2 weeks.
I'm taking it.
Man, listen, man, I can't do it, man. I be having to ignore my brother, ignore Tone. Like, man, I ain't betting today, bro. No, bro.
And then they give you a parlay that's like, oh man, it's only $20. I might as well take this
20 turn to 40, then turn to 60, then turn to 100. And now I see that this is the thing. Betting remind me when the breezes hit. Mm-hmm. Now these little niggas turning 18, and now they're wanting to gamble. I do not like when I see young people talking about their parlays. Like, no, first of all, I'm almost 40, and I know how to pay my bills first. Y'all don't get addicted to this, man.
Please don't.
It's like the breezes. Don't smoke the breezes, man.
Don't do it.
And they be coming to see me at the bank trying to get a loan.
Yeah, sitting up there, next thing you know, you smoking dope somewhere in the alley.
Can't pay my bills. Can I get a $5,000 loan this month?
I'm cool, man.
That shit hard going to FanDuel.
Going straight to fan. That shit's too addictive.
I can't do it.
I tell anybody that's been, go look at how much you, for a younger person, because you can't nobody tell me what to do. But a younger person that's been, go look and see how much money you lost. And I tell, sometimes, man, you got to bet shorter, man. Bet smarter, not harder. Mm-hmm. Betting all that stuff. Anyway, I'm going to do a betting show one day. I got outside track. I'm thinking about my ticket now.
Think about them tickets, man.
But who do y'all have coming up next?
So we have a game Saturday at Oak Harbor, which will be a good game for us. We coming back from a tough loss against Start on Monday. That was on BCSN, but we got Oak Harbor. They have a winning record right now, so we're excited to knock them. It'll be a good game for us. So yeah, we got 7 more games left in the season that we're looking to win out. We get in a good position to win out if we take care of business. So and just preparing for the City League.
What's tournament. The stipulations of we showing up and calling the game?
Like being an announcer?
No. I would never want to do. I did after Start. Somebody, anyway,
just doing like
I was too ghetto. That's what they told me. Like, you know how BCSN come and record it? Mm-hmm. Me and Kenny got cameras and things like that. We'll let her call one of y'all games.
Yeah, just let us know. We get approved by the athletic director and everything.
They'll let us come in. Because, I mean, all it is just setting the camera and making it move back and forth. Mm-hmm. And we got things that technology to move it themselves.
We actually record the games ourselves, too. Record the whole game.
I'm just saying, because I think women's basketball is not exploited like it used to be.
For sure. Need the love.
So, you know.
And they need to see the best coach in the city.
I'm going to pull up to a game. I don't know. Because tomorrow, if the weather don't go crazy, I'm going to go see Man tomorrow. Scott's off.
Who they play tomorrow?
Some out of town team.
They play Maine.
They play Maine Saturday.
I'm going to be in there.
We'll be there.
I'm not trying to get there early, but if it's cold, I'm just getting real. Knee ain't going out. I ain't going out. I got a party to go to, too. I ain't going there, too, if it's cold. If that weather be bad.
It's coming. It's a Sunday. But you know, I ain't
they go.
on the weather.
I can believe they get that 2 hour delay.
Go outside right now. It'd be white.
It'd be 60.
I'm cool. But that Maine will. How you feel looking at Nate Miles, man? You've seen the daddy.
Yeah.
How you feel watching him?
That boy is special. He got it honest, He got it honest for sure. Which I don't feel like I don't want him to be in the shadow of his dad or comparing him or anything like that because I feel like they do play differently. Like he's bigger. Yeah, he's bigger.
He's more like a Kevin Love.
I really love his game. I love his game because it's three-dimensional.
He got the stroke.
He can shoot the three. He can shoot the mid-range, and he can also post up and go to the block. Tell me what athletes are doing that. Like, I'm pushing for one of my more elite players to become three-dimensional because it makes it extremely hard to guard, and he's hungry enough where he going to take what they give him. Oh, you don't want me to – you trying to take away my three? I'm going to take you to the block, and I'm going to go to work. Now you going to want me to get off the block because you can't handle me on block. Now I'm on the perimeter. I can pull up. Exactly. I can dish. Oh, you want to sit back in the zone and try to contain me? Now I'm going to step back, and I'm going to drain the three. Yeah. You can't – that is the hardest player to guard because you don't know – and you can't stop them. You got to contain them and just to try to divert them and keep them from getting their average or
just don't get
just get – you got to keep them. You got to say, okay, we can live with him getting 15 and force everybody else to try to do more, but that is hard to guard. Like, you can't stop good players. You just have to contain them and try to throw them off a little bit and just try to slow them down as much as you can because, again, he's working his game to a point where he has 3 dimensions. Like, the kid is
I
got
got to see him. When I seen him when he played Scott, you know, son played for Scott. For some reason, his coach didn't. I don't. Anyway, that's not a subject. Yeah, he back started, so I ain't complaining no more. Could have. Never mind. He came out on Scott and scored like 11 straight. I said, God, that's Nate's son. That's Nate's son.
just sick, but that's a freak player. Yeah.
And then people be like, well, he don't got the brain. He don't got. No, he got. Yeah. Because they 2 different positions for one.
Facts.
And he go to the block. That's why I was like, oh, he's going to. He's a big man.
And you know Nate will slash down and do some little moves down there, but Nate, that wasn't where he didn't stay there long. He just moved around and did whatever. He was just one of those.
He can go there, but he wasn't like his.
Yeah, no, because he didn't have the size for it either. But he wasn't weak. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't weak, though. He was a strong player, but that just wasn't his game. He was more finesse and move and, you know, like that. So, I mean, yeah.
Nate, nasty.
Tough. See him against CJ, and which one of the players I feel don't get his flowers.
Oh, for sure. CJ don't get his flowers.
CJ don't get
And
his
that's another
flowers.
one. Gym rat. Works non-stop. I'm talking about free period in school. He in the gym getting shots up, working out like he done with school, like he ain't got another class next. You know what I'm saying? It's free period. Lunchtime, getting shots up. I'm talking about a real gym rat. I'm talking about work all summer, weight room, conditioning, skill work, everything. He is a
CJ,
true
gym
gym rat.
Shit, man.
He don't.
But that's not him. It ain't him. It ain't. That's not his game. Like he'll talk a little bit.
For sure. I'm just saying, like, get on Facebook and say, "Can't none of y'all stop me." Because he like that.
Put him and Coach Fleming in one of these city schools. Ooh, Lord Almighty,
Man.
good God. Well, he ain't got to worry about it no more. Because they 9-0.
And you know what Dontavion is doing out there. That's not, and I'm not just saying this because that's my bro, but you know, he's taking kids that you wouldn't probably pick all the time, and he's teaching them how to play the game. And I've watched them put in the work over the last couple of years to be doing what they're doing right now, which is fantastic, undefeated, and he deserves every bit of it because they put the work in. You know, getting them into the big game so that they can, you know, be exposed and, you know, get some looks and things like that. And having CJ and Amani out there, I mean, they working their tail off.
out there now.
And I heard he out there balling too. I can't wait to see him. They said Kieran out there balling.
I heard it's a wave coming out there too. Mommy Valley probably
It is.
next.
Ed Choice, they got Ed Choice, so it's on the floor.
We graduate this year, so you know where I'm about to be at. Right there. Listen, I was in there with Man. Deron went out, man. My son, that was one thing I did. Always wanted to play for Man in high school, but I was in that gym with that man. We musty as hell, hot. That gym this one, Zeb was out. Man, listen, Man been working a long time.
Man deserve everything he getting right now.
He do. He put the work in.
Hours, he been
He a gym rat.
For sure.
Gym rat. He is. You know, if anybody who watching him, don't take that from him and what you have to pour into your kids. Like, and that's where I think earlier you was kind of talking about the coaches that we have right now and having good coaches. Like, I think there is a wave that needs to happen. We need more people to get into these coaching positions that actually can pour into the kids more.
Though too.
They do.
These
and it's hard.
The upper, like, just being real, man, going to get a nigga that's like 60, 50, 40. Like, it's a y'all got to stop disconnecting with the kids. Yeah. It's not like going to get a Tiffani Blackman or going to get a Coach Matt, Coach Fleming, some other coaches. I don't want to leave nobody out, but, like, it's a disconnect. This ain't football.
We need some younger blood in. I think that wave is coming, and I think give it a couple of years. I think you might see some of the older coaches start to phase out. But it's hard. But they do.
It's a lot of gatekeeping.
And it's nothing against them because they put their time in. They deserve it. But I think, again, with this new era of basketball, it's different. It's not even the same. And I graduated high school in 2010. So it's much different from when I was in high school. You know what I mean? And so when you have some of these coaches that haven't expanded their knowledge of the game to coach against this young, and it ain't easy. Coaching ain't easy. So, I mean, it takes a lot. You know what I mean? You don't get It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot to it, but in the same token, I do think there's a new wave that needs to happen in coaching. We need some younger blood, some younger energy, and give some of these younger coaches the opportunity that some of the older coaches got because I do think it's needed, especially when you're thinking about the betterment of the kids. So
I feel like the younger the coach, the more you relate to the kids nowadays. It's not like it was back in the day.
Taco out on you.
Yeah, I would have to hit you with two. I would have to hit you with two, Gary. Gary, you my friend, so this would have turned into Coach Tiff would have turned into Tiff Blackman in a minute.
Onion, that line came up all like, ooh, not on camera.
Come on, switch me seats. Gary on some BS. Gary.
Yeah, I'm happy we got to get this done. I've been talking about it for months. Man. So.
You put a no-show on the last time you was supposed to meet.
What happened? You know what happened?
Not what had happened,
I woke up one morning and I slept the wrong way. For like a month, my neck was just like this.
It worked out. I wasn't here no way. So.
And I was like this, sitting up. Even during the holidays, I had to sit like this. So when my neck started feeling better, I'm DJing, right? Somebody drunk comes and goes, bow! Play my song. Headbutt me, a female. Whole neck go back to hurting. And it like, neck on. I got the neck metal artery in my neck, so it was like I was down for a count. But I'm back. I got your schedule on my phone. We're going to come to the game, me and Kenny. That's it, man. We appreciate you coming to the...
Let me know when y'all want to come. I would love it. I would absolutely love it.
I'm going to sit behind the bench talking my shit. Call me when y'all about to beat the shit out of somebody. I wish I could have been at the Central game.
Yeah, that was a nice game for us.
That was the one I knew you was like, it's just certain things you see as a coach, you're like, man, that's that. She that nigga. She gonna be that nigga. Y'all scared of this.
Oh, God.
Thank you, man.
No, thank you guys for having me. This was fun.
Appreciate you. Send them babies over here.
Yes, send them to Bowsher. We want them. You got a 7th and 8th grader. I can't recruit no high school kids. I don't want O'Shea knocking at my door. But if you got some young girls, we training them up. We teaching them how to be ladies. We teaching them how to be student athletes. We disciplining them and making sure they got some structure. But we also loving on them, nourishing them, and pushing them to be their best self. And if you need a bank account, I'm the branch manager at Citizens Bank. Come see me. All right, let's go.
Holla at you, girl.
Look, throw that out there so they can come get me. I can help you girls get better in basketball and help you get a checking account.
Teach you some financial literacy.
I didn't take my black ass here. What's the name of our show?
The Play Podcast.
The Play Podcast.
You had to ask?
Oh, man. I'm getting old. The Play Podcast. When we out. Peace.